Hey y'all, it's Blue. No, it's been a while, but I felt like this would be a great time to check in with my face and my voice. I've just kind of been posting things here lately because I've been busy with many other things, but I wanted to take this moment, especially it's such a beautiful day out, and I'm out walking my dog, and just kind of give some context to what I've been sharing in the spaces about Pluto is here. All right, so let me try to give you the short version of it. Pluto, slow moving planet. It represents death, rebirth, transformation, the underworld, secrets being revealed, secrets in and of itself, the breaking down of things that do not serve your greater good. I mean, in the most visible way, right? Radical way is what I'm looking for. That's the word. That's what Pluto represents. Pluto, as with any other planet, spends time in each of the zodiac signs. And for the past 20 years, Pluto has been sitting in the sign of Capricorn. So now, as of March 23rd, Pluto is now in the sign of Aquarius. And I will explain to you all the significance in that. But before I do that, I want to take you to a different place. I want to take you back some 248-ish years ago when Pluto was in Aquarius the last time. Again, it's a slow-moving planet. So for it to come back around to a sign takes almost about 240 some odd years. 240 some odd years ago, the things that were happening in the world and in our country, or this country, was transformative. From a world perspective, they discovered the planet Uranus during that time. There was the French Revolution. There was the American Revolution. There was the Declaration of Independence that happened when Pluto was last in Aquarius. The Industrial Age kicked off in the last time Pluto was in Aquarius. That's just a few of the things. There's so many other things that happen. But do you see, and if you look at those events that happened then, how transformative it was for human nature, for the human race, for the world, for our country, for our lives, right? So now fast forward 248 some odd years, and it sits in Aquarius now. So when it was in the sign of Capricorn, Capricorn represents the status quo, the old guard, the way things are to be according to the powers that be. Strong religious oversight, that sort of thing. Just the by the book kind of way, but with the people in power being in control of everything and not yielding to what the collective needs. Those with money had the power. It was definitely represents the haves and have-nots. So Pluto, for the last 20 years, was sitting in the sign of Capricorn. So just sit and think back, if you're old enough to do so, about life over the last 20 years. Feeling like there were other like we were kind of like puppets, and that there's this puppet master or these puppet masters that have so much say so in our lives and how we move and what we can and cannot do and yada 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 yada. And all the people who are getting away with things are able to do things that most of us can't do or couldn't do without being held accountable in some kind of way. And so, I don't understand that. When people just have their baby just crying, I can't stand it. I have to hold the baby. Anyway, I'm about to go over there. Never mind. I'm not. Like, can I hold your baby so she can stop crying? Anyway. So now, Pluto lies in Aquarius. Finally came to Aquarius. And I mean, it kicked the door in. And if you look over things that have happened, not only as of March 23rd, but there's like this period just before this moonlighting period, just before it gets into a sign where you start to see things, and then when it came, it hit. I mean, it hit. And you look at the things that have been happening, how people who have been able to get away with things are now being called to the carpet. Trump getting indicted. Putin getting a warrant of arrest on his head. And then all of the things, the secret things that are coming out with Clarence Thomas and his money grabbing ass, which that's a whole nother situation. But do you see what's going on? Pluto brings a reckoning to things. Pluto puts all of your shit or all of your good things on Front Street. It can no longer be in the dark. Pluto is the god of the underworld. Pluto holds all the bones. Pluto is going to make sure that there is a reckoning for anything that you've done. Pluto is going to make sure that if you've done well with people and with energy that's been given to you and that you've treated people well, it's going to make sure that you're rewarded. Pluto is all about that K word, karma. It's all about the harvest, the reaping of things. But it's in a massive way. Like, it is totally just, it's massive. It's rogue almost, where it takes no shorts. It doesn't even care how you feel about it. It's coming out because it has to be a falling away. There has to be a death to those things. There has to be a death to the mistreatment of people. There has to be a death of the bad energy and the bad laws, and there's a death that has to happen. There are literally going to be physical deaths, and lots of it, while Pluto is in Aquarius. And now that Pluto is in Aquarius, what does Aquarius represent? The collective, things of the air. What else? The things of the air. So let's talk about that. That's technology. What has happened since the last 2 months? An outburst of AI and ChatGPT and all of those tools and things and technology, which I am a total fan of, if used responsibly. Because if not, it could wreak hell and havoc on us. So that's of the air. Technology is of the air. What else is going to kick off? And it's kicking off. Cryptocurrency, digital money, digital, of the air. Now, it wasn't even a week ago where the gentleman from Cash App was murdered right on the heels of the U.S. trying to get their hands in it. Now, even all these years, the U.S. is talking about, cryptocurrency, no. And then all of a sudden, now they want, yeah. Why? Because it's a changing of the guards. And they know they have to come with it. Please don't think for 1 second that there are not people at higher levels in our government that do not understand how planetary movements affect things. Please understand that there are people tucked away in our government that also inquire with the heavens as far as how things chart on how to move and to see what things are coming. That's why so many different things are happening. All this with the U.S. finally coming out and admitting that there's other extraterrestrial life out there, and admitting that their technology is far greater than ours, and admitting that they don't know what to do about it, but they'll let us know. I think I posted that. Yeah, if you didn't get a chance to watch it when they went to Congress, you can just simply Google it. And you can watch the hearing where they finally come clean. Why they come clean? Because they know that they're coming. And they don't want to be in a situation where they say, well, we didn't tell you. So when I say Pluto is here, Pluto is now in Aquarius, where there's a reckoning of things, where the collective gets to finally step on the stage and start handling things and holding people accountable. And it's going, and the thing of it is that as with change, some people and some things, they can't accept change. They fight change. They struggle with it. So that speaks to the retrograde dance that Pluto will have to do. So it's like it's in Aquarius right now saying, hey, I finally showed up and this is what's going to happen. But I've got to still tie up some loose ends back in Capricorn, because they just can't let go. They can't let go of the status quo. They can't let go of change for the better. So I got to get back there and get with their asses. So then it goes retrograde in about June-ish and goes back into Capricorn to tighten up some loose ends, get some people together, round some folks up, bury some folks. Then it comes back into Aquarius and say, okay, hey, so I took care of this, I took care of that, I took care of this, took care of that, so I'm here for a little bit. And then it has to do this dance and go back to Capricorn, tighten up some stuff. That happens a few times. And then come November of 2024, Pluto says, okay, all done. And it stays in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So my message to you is this. If you sowed well, you're good. If you treated folks nicely, you're good. You're going to get a return on it. On the contrary, if you were mistreating folks, stealing, cheating, not taking care of business, it's not going to be a good 20 years for you. Because you got to give an account what you do, right? Good and the bad. It is the law of the universe. What you put out, you get back. And Pluto is assigned to make sure that happens, to kick that thing off, there's a word that I'm looking for. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Pluto is the foreman of the job. So, keep your eye on what's going on out here. Keep your eye on what's going on out here. And I hope, if nothing else, this teaches you to expand your thinking. To expand your thinking to understand that just because people write it in the book or preach it from a pulpit every single day, that it doesn't make it golden or make it law. That you have your own brain and your own mind and your own conscience that can tap into energy in your own way and get these very same messages that I get. That's about it. I gotta go. It's getting dark and it's getting cold. Good to see you guys, and take care.